And now Donald Trump is saying that Ron DeSantis of Florida sort of mandated vaccines, which I don't think is true, but I don't think the truth really matters anymore to a lot of people. So this is what it is. Let's take a watch.
There's some people like DeSantis was big in the vaccines. You remember the lines that were lined up to get the vaccine, and I guess he sort of mandated it, but he wanted people to get the vaccine.
He said, I guess he sort of mandated it.
I guess he sort of mandated it.
DeSantis did not mandate the vaccines. Donald Trump did not mandate the vaccines. When I speak about the vaccines, I know a lot of people are tired of it and they're tired of COVID, but I'm not tired of it because to me, that was the most corrupt event of my lifetime. And if there's zero accountability in either party, I feel like there's no point of paying attention. Like, that's where I'm at. If there's no change that happens as far as like accountability, we won't do that again, we're on the straight and narrow, I'll just tune out. I never said Trump mandated the vaccine. What I say, people misconstrue it. I say Trump funded it with Operation Warp Speed. Trump bragged about it. Trump says he rushed the FDA. Trump bought the doses, which is socialism. It's not a free market. So I call it a socialist scheme. But he didn't mandate the vaccines. I would never say that because it's not true. But Donald Trump, for whatever reason, I used to love this guy. I used to think he was so funny and cool and truthful. I love the truth. I used to love you, Donald Trump. What are you doing, bro? Stop lying so much. It's like his whole campaign is just like lying that he sort of mandated the vaccine. He didn't, dude. I'm going to play the clip again. This isn't true. Just tell the truth, Trump. Say you don't like him because he looks like a meatball, or say, you know, he's a donor guy and you're a donor guy too, but you could be more trusted or whatever. Don't just make up stuff. Like, it's never happened. And it's just weird. I don't know why he keeps doing this.
There's some people like DeSantis was big in the vaccines. You remember the lines that were lined up to get the vaccine, and I guess he sort of mandated it, but he wanted people to get the vaccine.
He didn't mandate it, and neither did you. So stop lying, bro. And then he talks about Operation Warp Speed, and in 2023, he's still bragging about ventilators. It's like, what the heck is wrong with this guy?
You know, Operation Warp Speed was an unbelievable thing. People can't even believe it with the ventilators and the regen.
Dude, Gorka looks like, you know, everybody's trying to throw a lifeline to Trump. Everyone's like, yo, please just stop this, dude. Like, you can see Gorka. He's like, oh my gosh. He's like, this ventilators. Yeah, you're proud of ventilators still. As a voter, this is my take. It doesn't have to be your take. It's my take. There's a 0% chance I'm voting for Donald Trump in the primaries unless he can admit some sort of reality where, even if he doesn't say he regrets it, just be like, there's a better way that we could have handled it, and in the future we will handle it better. He's recently said that he regrets nothing. He wouldn't change anything about his COVID response, which is insane. But in general, he's still bragging about ventilators. Like, nobody in his base is like, yeah, ventilators really did a good job. Most of the people voting for him think ventilators were part of the reason so many people died at first. You know, they think that was a terrible response to it. But he's just the same guy. That's my issue, is not that he made a mistake. Like he says, Ron DeSantis did sell the vaccine. I'm going to say this. A lot of people who work for the DeSantis campaign, or a lot of people who don't work for the DeSantis campaign and just like DeSantis a lot, I see all these influencers. I can't tell if they're paid or not. And I'm not going to accuse someone of something I don't know. But when I watch as they call them, DeSimps, you know, people who like DeSantis and just like do everything, all I'm going to say is he did sell the vaccine. The truth is, DeSantis's COVID policy was not perfect. Trump's wasn't perfect. DeSantis sold the vaccine and Trump sold the vaccine. Here's the difference, though. I'm going to be honest about it. The difference is DeSantis eventually U-turned and figured out what he was doing wrong, and then changed his narrative based on the evidence he saw when it got so overwhelming he couldn't keep doing that. So if you listen to a DeSantis interview, he admits that if I had the data I had now, I would have never done that. He did a safety council on vaccines, and he let a bunch of parents and people speak that were injured from the vaccine. Like, Trump won't do that. He won't even admit they exist because he's the father of the vaccine and he's proud of it. So
probably even affects the others because, you know, there's a big situation with a lot of people don't want to take the vaccine. Well, this played right into their hands. And they want me to do public service messages and everything about everybody taking the vaccine. And look, I guess in a certain way, I'm the father of the vaccine because I was the one that pushed it.
this is the truth that you're not going to hear on a pro DeSantis page or a pro Trump page, because they're fighting like children. You know, as annoying as politics is getting to me, I feel like I have to do this stuff, because if nobody's going to be the adult in the room, I will. The DeSantis and the Trumps are, and everyone's acting like kids. Like, the truth is, they both sold the vaccine. Neither one of them mandated it. But DeSantis U-turned, fired his surgeon general, hired a better one, did a council on vaccine safety, started doing the grand jury investigation in Florida, and Trump shamelessly just still sells vaccines and ventilators as if it's 2020 and repeating COVID data that no one believes. He's terrible now. And it sucks because people look at me like I'm the bad guy, like, oh, you hate Trump so much. Who hates Trump more than the people riding his coattails, just trying to suck every opportunity out of him that they can, knowing damn well that he's not doing, like, telling the truth on all these things, and they just want to use him and suck his vehicle dry until they can't anymore. It's like, that doesn't make you a good person because you're a yes man. It would be like if Trump had marinara sauce all over his face, and I'm like, yo, Trump, you the man, big dog, but you got marinara sauce on your face. Like, and then they're like, no, he doesn't. Did DeSantis pay you to say that? It's like, okay, well, go get your stuff from him. But I don't think it's a good long-term strategy to let him just run around the country selling ventilators and vaccines the same as he did 2020 and acting like DeSantis is the same. They both made mistakes, but the difference is DeSantis has the humility to change. Trump doesn't. I can't vote for a guy that's telling me that he hasn't changed. Here's a video I found, different topic, but interesting as well.